Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a... But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice.
Let me introduce my...
Seems more like you'll be...
But what...
in your neat...
Nut...
Right is always right. Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger. For it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die. sprung up. The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death. But some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Close encounter. Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. light looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for... Oh, it's... couldn't just be open, eh? There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mine, they began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good... That's not opening on it. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Quite a shock to the system. Let's try that again. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Shouldn't take much more. Smoked! That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. The scrap keeps piling up.
Tu lua ba volio koyetu farfarifto tuka kubu ka nuka nubur ewe boboye.
He doesn't?
Farfarifto tuka kubu kabo ye mufurbo bum.
The legend of the one-eyed child that
Hilf of ugvuhu obra bu.
The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember.
Toluwoya lo yalubatu setuata papkila. Auketo maoto liawa yalawa watnawa.
It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided.
Baluwutulu tikamapen ya ayamu aya koibe o korfabe.